Hello again, everybody. Well, I am in the Finney County Historical Society Museum. This is in Garden City, Kansas. And we're going to take a look and see what we can see today. There is an interesting little amount of stuff here. And then after this, we may even try to see the zoo. So come on, guys, let's go take a look. I think this is the video that I shot of the gentleman over at the courthouse, I believe. But one of the more interesting things that we came here to see is this. Say hello to the world's largest hairball. And just to give you a size thing, it's about the size of a basketball. And of course, you got to have a museum store. This is a really cool little place. Of course, being out here in the plains or whatever, you got to be able to pull water up from wells and water. Look how big that is. I mean, this shows you, well, this shows you how big these sprinklers actually are. This is really cool. You definitely have to come here and check this place out. It definitely tells you a bunch about the whole area. Huh. Herefords. So they sold Hereford cows out here. I gotta have the obligatory little thing of barbed wire. Okay, well, because of all of the cattle here, obviously you got to have a slaughterhouse, and I guess this is the standard gear that they would wear during the day. You got the glove to protect your hand, and a kind of a chainmail. And then you also would have your knives in a holster and a sharpener. IBP, the world's largest beef packing plant. Huh. Celebrate Kansas. This is for the little kids to play. I think that you can play with some Legos. See, there's a Lego bison. And this is all in the Kansas state seal. Very cool. I guess that's a bee. A Weber grain wagon. Made by International Harvester. So that's definitely old school. And we did get a blizzard out here. We've been stuck out here for a little bit, but you can definitely see that they have their share of weather. Corn won't grow in southwest Kansas. Huh. Very interesting. There's a hand-turned corn sheller. There's just so much history out this direction. McCormick Beering farm machines, and then a seed broadcaster used to spread seed. And you've got the different seeds. Very interesting. Garden City Sugar Pure fine granulated, pure beet sugar. Kansas's only sugar refinery. Very interesting. And we've got the Windsor Hotel. I think this was the historic hotel that's in town. I am not 100% sure. I was told that there is a hotel in town, but I think that the city is in the middle of fixing it up and going to turn it into an event space. Look at how amazing that building looks back in the day. And I think it would have been, oh, okay. If this is accurate, there's the movie theater that's right across the way. So that big building that I looked at earlier was the Windsor. Where were you in the 1940s? I wasn't born yet, but take a look at this. Even way out here, they still sent a lot of folks into the military. And you can just see things were going along at the time. Now, I was going to try to visit the big pool. It was the largest hand-dug pool in the world. And it now is not around. Now it just has water slides there, I believe. But it is still there, and it's a shame. I mean, up until recently, it was pretty massive. And then you can see the slides that got added onto. And then we get to look at some old school phone tech. And the kitchen. That would have looked out here. Now, pickling jars, those are amazing. And I bet that stove still works brilliantly. And then they've even got a small refrigerator. You would have put a big block of ice in part of that, and then it would have been insulated with cork and wood, and that was your refrigerator before modern day stuff. We've got the Santa Fe Trail, so I guess it came through here. Independence, Missouri to Santa Fe, New Mexico. All right, well, let's go take a look and see this other section, shall we? Of course, you can't talk about the history of this area without talking about the Indians. We are not too far away from Oklahoma. And just take a look at this stuff. We've got a lot of Native American pottery. Buckskin beaded pouches. Very cool. And of course, you've got the arrowheads up top and the spear points. Must have been very difficult to get certain types of rock for that. And you've got other implements that they would have used. And since we are out in the plains, they would have been moving around, so not so much growing of stuff. And then this breaks down the different counties or whatever. You can see that everything kind of is squared off, and then there's Finney right there. Very interesting. A mammoth molar. This is a really cool little museum. And of course, the big guy, the mammoth, shows you how big he would have been. And these are remains of a mastodon. You can see the mammoth tusks. Very cool. Thuringia, so between Alaska and Siberia. True crimes, solving notorious cases from Finney County's history. So that was the first one. Take a look at the badges of the old days. Very cool. The Flegel Gang. Interesting. It has it all broken down. Cruel bandit killers. Very, very interesting. And that's the, according to the piece of paper there, the 3rd County Courthouse. I think that's the one that I saw. Anyway, let's go take a look elsewhere. And evidently they had a very bad flood in 1965. I imagine with not very many places to go, the water just piles up like crazy. And this shows you, because we're right outside of those gates, the water level inside the museum. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed my little look at this really cool little historical museum. As always, I'm off to go on some more journeys. So until then, why don't you go on a journey of your own? We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.